You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. What if I told you that in just 24 hours you could clear the mental clutter, reset your focus, and wake up tomorrow with the calm confidence of a stoic warrior? Not in a week, not in a month, but starting right now. Most of us carry invisible weights, regrets from yesterday, distractions from today, and worries about tomorrow. They pile up, draining our energy and making even small challenges feel overwhelming. But the Stoics knew a secret: life can be recalibrated in a single day if you approach it with clarity, discipline, and deliberate action. This isn't about motivation that fades after an hour. This is about rewiring your mindset so that when tomorrow comes, you're sharper, calmer, and unshakable. In this 24-hour Stoic Reset, I'll walk you through ancient principles and modern strategies to declutter your thoughts, strengthen your resolve, and prepare you to conquer the day ahead. Stay with me until the very end because each step builds on the last. Miss one and you'll miss the transformation. But if you commit tomorrow, you'll be unstoppable. Number 1, morning clarity meditation to set your intention. The way you start your morning is the way you set the tone for the entire day. The Stoics knew this well. Began his days with mental preparation, reminding himself of the kind of world he was stepping into and the kind of man he wanted to be in it. He didn't wait for the world to decide his mindset. He chose it deliberately. That's exactly what morning clarity meditation is about, claiming ownership over your inner state before the chaos of the day gets a chance to claim it for you. When you wake, don't rush for your phone, don't dive into the noise. Sit, breathe, feel the stillness of the moment before the world demands something from you. This is your space to decide. What do I stand for today? What energy do I want to carry? What distractions will I refuse to let in? This is intention setting in its form, not wishful thinking, but a conscious commitment. Epictitus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." That's the heart of the practice. You're not drifting into the day, you're steering into it. And clarity is your compass. The clearer you are about your values, your goals, and your boundaries, the less likely you are to be pulled into petty conflicts, pointless worries, or meaningless busyness. This isn't just positive thinking. It's mental armor. A short, focused meditation each morning acts like sharpening your blade before the battle. You cut through noise, indecision, and emotional reactivity with a calm, deliberate mind. You're training yourself to respond rather than react, to stay centered no matter what's thrown at you. Here's a simple exercise. Find your stillness, sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breath for a minute or two. Recall your principles. Silently affirm 1 or 2 Stoic virtues you want to live by today: wisdom, courage, self-control, or justice. Visualize the day ahead. Imagine potential challenges. Then see yourself meeting them with calm strength. Set your intention, phrase it clearly. Today, I will act with patience and clarity, or today, I will speak only what is necessary and true. Seal it with presence. Take 1 deep breath in, 1 deep breath out, and carry that centeredness into your first action. If you make this a habit, your mornings stop being frantic launches into uncertainty and become deliberate openings into purposeful action. You're no longer a passenger in your own life. You're the captain. And in the words of Seneca, if a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Morning clarity meditation ensures you know exactly where your port is. Number 2, Stoic journaling to align thoughts with values. Stoic journaling isn't just about scribbling down thoughts. It's a deliberate, conscious act of tuning your mind to the frequency of your deepest values, like a craftsman sharpening a blade before work. Didn't write his meditations for others. He wrote them for himself, to remind his mind how to think, how to see, how to live. And you can do the same. When you sit down to journal, you're not just recording events. You're building a mirror for your inner life. You're asking, am I living today in alignment with the principles I claim to hold? If you're honest, sometimes the answer will sting. That's good. The Stoics believed that awareness is the first step toward mastery. Without seeing where you've strayed, you can't step back onto the path. The process is simple but powerful. Start with reflection. Ask yourself, what thoughts guided me today? Were they worthy of me? Identify where you drifted. Don't hide from moments where fear, vanity, or anger took the wheel. Face them with courage. Reaffirm your compass. Write down the virtues you want to embody tomorrow. Wisdom, courage, justice, temperance. Seneca wrote, "When the light has been removed and my wife has fallen silent, I examine my entire day and go back over what I've done and said." That's not just poetic, it's practical. You can do the same tonight, even in 5 minutes. The real key is to write as if you were speaking to your higher self. Be blunt, be truthful, be uncompromising. You're not there to flatter yourself, you're there to realign. And you'll find that the act of writing slows down your mind enough to notice patterns you would otherwise ignore. That's when breakthroughs happen, when you see the repeated mistake that's been holding you back, or when you realize you've been living closer to your values than you thought. Try this exercise tonight. 3 alignments. Write 3 moments today where your actions matched your values. Relive them, appreciate them. 1 correction. Choose 1 moment you could have handled better. Write how you will handle it next time. Tomorrow's anchor. Write 1 Stoic principle to carry into tomorrow. Keep it in your pocket, in your head, in your heart. This isn't a diary for nostalgia. It's a discipline for transformation. By making Stoic journaling a nightly ritual, you give your mind a daily reset. You end the day lighter, clearer, and stronger, ready to meet tomorrow without carrying the mental debris of yesterday. The question isn't whether you have time to do it. The question is, do you have time not to? Number 3, midday reality check to stay grounded. Midday has a strange way of sneaking up on you. One moment you're deep in your morning rhythm, and the next, your mind feels cluttered, scattered, maybe even overwhelmed. This is exactly where the Stoic midday reality check becomes your reset button, a deliberate pause to pull yourself back from the fog of automatic living into a place of clarity and control. Wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." That's the essence here. Around midday, life has already thrown a few curveballs your way. Maybe unexpected messages, shifting priorities, or creeping fatigue. Without a conscious check-in, your mind begins drifting, reacting, and losing its grip on the purposeful direction you set in the morning. So here's what you do. Stop. For just a few minutes, step out of the mental traffic. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and ask yourself, am I still living today according to my values, or have I slipped into reacting without thought? This isn't about judgment, it's about awareness. You're not here to scold yourself, you're here to realign. A midday reality check is a short but potent act of self-mastery. It strips away the noise and reminds you of what matters most in the hours you have left. The Stoics understood that without frequent course correction, the mind drifts toward trivialities. Epictitus put it plainly, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your midday pause is the moment to ensure that your reactions are still yours, not dictated by mood, fatigue, or distraction. Here's a simple exercise. Pause the momentum, stop whatever you're doing. Let silence or stillness cut through the noise. Assess your mental state. Ask, what am I feeling right now? Where is my attention? Reaffirm your purpose. Remind yourself of your top priority for the rest of the day. Not 10 things, just 1. Release the clutter. Mentally let go of the small irritations or worries that have built up since morning. Restart with intention. Return to your next action with the confidence that it aligns with your bigger aim. The power of this ritual lies in its brevity and honesty. You're simply holding your mind up to a mirror and saying, "This is where I am. Is this where I want to be?" Even 2 minutes of this can dissolve the autopilot haze and restore the sense of being the captain of your own ship. Remember, your day isn't decided by how it starts, but by how you keep steering it. A midday reality check is your chance to take the wheel again before the afternoon sweeps you away. And when you practice this daily, you'll notice something subtle but profound. You stop losing your days to distraction and start ending them on your own terms. Number 4, evening gratitude and self-assessment ritual. The Stoics believe that the end of each day isn't just a time to switch off. It's a sacred checkpoint for your mind. Often wrote in his meditations as if he were holding a quiet conversation with himself, questioning his motives, his actions, and his thoughts. Seneca advised, each day we should call ourselves to account. This is where the evening ritual of gratitude and self-assessment comes in, not as a mechanical routine, but as a deep, deliberate act of alignment with your best self. You close your eyes for a moment and think, what went well today? Not in the shallow sense of what felt good, but in the sense of what strengthened your character. Gratitude in Stoic practice isn't about ignoring the storms. It's about recognizing the ships that carried you safely through them. You acknowledge the small victories, the times you held your tongue when provoked, the moments you acted with integrity when no one was watching, the quiet decisions that shaped your path in ways no one will ever know. Then comes the other side of the ritual, self-assessment. This isn't self-punishment. It's not about flogging yourself for every flaw. It's about honest inspection, like a skilled craftsman examining his work at the end of the day. Ask yourself, where did I fall short of my own principles? Where did I react out of impulse rather than reason? The aim isn't shame, it's refinement. As Epictitus said, difficulties show what men are. Each shortcoming is simply a signpost pointing to where you can grow stronger. To make this powerful, you need structure. Here's a practical sequence. 3 points of gratitude, write them down. They must be specific and tied to virtues, patience, courage, discipline, not just circumstances. 3 points of improvement, again, write them down. Keep them actionable. Be less distracted becomes silence my phone during work blocks. 1 commitment for tomorrow. End the reflection with a single, clear intention for the next day. When you combine gratitude with self-assessment, something shifts. Gratitude keeps you grounded in what's already good. Self-assessment stops you from getting complacent. Together, they create a mental reset, closing the chapter of the day with dignity and opening the next with purpose. Here's the truth. Without this nightly audit, the days blur together. You risk repeating the same mistakes while overlooking your quiet progress. But when you commit to this ritual, every day becomes a training ground, every night a teacher. You start noticing patterns, how your mornings go better after an early sleep, how your mood changes when you neglect reflection. By the time you lay your head on the pillow, you're not carrying the weight of unprocessed thoughts. You've given thanks for what's worth keeping and released what no longer serves you. That's the Stoic way, living each day as a complete life in itself. And tomorrow, you rise lighter, sharper, and more prepared to conquer it. Number 5, digital detox before bed for mental reset. Let's be honest, you can't reset your mind if you're still tethered to the noise of 1,000 glowing pixels. The hour before you sleep is not just wind-down time, it's sacred ground. The Stoics would see it as the final watch of the day, where you guard your mental gates from unnecessary invaders. You have power over your mind, not outside events, reminds us. Your screen. That's an outside event disguised as necessity. Think about it, when you go to bed right after scrolling, you're not really resting. You're just carrying other people's thoughts, opinions, and chaos into your dreams. Your brain doesn't shut down. It stays busy replaying images, conversations, and half-read arguments. That's not rest. That's mental clutter. A digital detox before bed is about reclaiming the quiet your mind deserves. Here's the Stoic angle. You can't start tomorrow strong if you're still entangled in today's noise. Detaching from your devices isn't a punishment. It's an intentional act of self-respect. You're telling your mind, you matter more than my feed. And when you consistently choose stillness over stimulation, you train yourself to value clarity above distraction. Start simple. Pick a cutoff time, 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Power down your phone, close your laptop, and silence notifications. Replace that blue light haze with something grounding. A few minutes of slow breathing, jotting down your thoughts, or reviewing your day like a stoic, without judgment, just observation. This is when you can ask yourself, did I live according to my principles today? Did I let anything small steal my peace? The shift you'll feel won't be subtle. Sleep will deepen. Your morning mind will be sharper, lighter. Over time, you'll notice you wake up without that lingering sense of heaviness from last night's digital fog. And here's the beautiful paradox. The more you step away from the constant pull of screens, the more you realize you never needed them to end your day feeling complete. Practical Stoic exercise for tonight. Set your device exile hour. Be strict. Treat it like an unbreakable meeting with yourself. Write down one lesson from the day. Not a complaint, not a plan, just one thing you learned. Spend a few minutes in silence. No music, no background noise, just you and your breath. End with a mental reset phrase. Something like, today is done, I release it. The Stoics didn't have smartphones, but they knew the value of guarding their attention. In the same way they turned away from idle chatter in the marketplace, you can turn away from the endless scroll. Tonight, you're not just logging off. You're fortifying the walls of your mind so tomorrow, you wake ready to conquer. As once reminded himself, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Today, you've taken a step toward that. You've hit the reset button, reclaimed your focus, and chosen to meet tomorrow with clarity and strength. But remember, Stoicism isn't a one-time fix. It's a daily practice. The real transformation happens when you take what you've learned here and live it, moment by moment, choice by choice. So as you step away from this video, carry this mindset forward. You control your mind, your actions, and your attitude. Everything else, it's noise. If you found value in this 24-hour Stoic reset, don't let it end here. Revisit these principles, share them with someone who needs them, and keep building the unshakable self you're capable of becoming. The day is yours. Go out there and conquer it like a Stoic.